So how I can stay in Japan for under $20 a night. This is my best Tokyo hotel and hostel travel advice. I think Japan is cheaper than many people expect, especially if you're comfortable with smaller spaces. First, for affordable options, I often prefer using home share services like Airbnb or Vrbo. Let's start with the cheap shared spaces on Airbnb. Let's search in Tokyo around mid-March, which is my favorite time to travel around Japan. And immediately we have rooms for around $20. On the map, I can see that's a pretty low price for that area. And if you investigate, you see that you get a nice tiny room with compact kitchen, private bathroom, and balcony. Even washing machines and kendo practice looks like it's also included. However, I would personally spend $29 more to get this slightly larger space for $49 a night because it says it's a 3-minute walk from Oimachi Station, which can be so important to how convenient your travel days are. Whoops. Yikes. Anyway, Vrbo is very similar with slightly higher prices, but if you're going to pay that much, I really recommend searching on Rakuten, which is what most of my Japanese friends use to find business hotels, often starting around the same price. And now we're going to get into the cheapest places to stay that are also great for making friends if you're solo traveling. Try searching here on Agoda to find hostels that will easily be around $15 a night. Now you very likely will just be staying in a bunk bed here, so I don't really recommend it for long-term stays. But look at how chill the shared spaces like this lounge often are. They have food and drinks, and it's a great place to meet other travelers if you're solo traveling. That covers my favorite cheap options, and I actually use these services quite a lot. They allow me to take small weekend and domestic trips all over Japan. These videos here are an example of one such place for around $100, about the price of going out to a nightclub sometimes. And also, safety is key from what I've heard and seen. All these services properly vet their locations to make sure they're legitimate, as opposed to, say, finding a place to stay in Japan on Craigslist, which I have actually done before and it turned out great, but as with everything else, it is a gamble. So let me know if you have other options you'd recommend, and thank you for watching.